This is a carrot, and this is a stick. And this is the story of two very different philosophies that define the United States criminal legal system: retribution and rehabilitation. The carrot represents rehabilitation. It's an incentive for people who are incarcerated to develop occupational skills, resolve mental health and substance abuse issues, and otherwise take steps towards curbing any behavior that might have led them to prison and preparing them to re-enter society. For much of U.S. history, this was a major part of prisons, trying to help people who are incarcerated improve themselves and reduce the odds of recidivism upon their release. That all changed in the 1970s, when a tough-on-crime approach changed the entire prison system to focus on punishment and deterrence instead. Mandatory minimum sentences and inhumane three-strikes laws led to a rise in incarceration. Instead of promising people treatment and training, these new policies revolved around retribution. These people did something wrong, and they're incarcerated mostly to make them suffer and serve as a warning to others who might also be thinking of committing a crime. This is the stick, and for nearly 50 years, it hasn't worked. The stick doesn't address the root causes of crime. It doesn't alleviate systemic poverty or treat mental illness. It doesn't give people the skills they need to live and thrive in the world outside of prison. The stick exists only to hurt people, and as the saying goes, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. It would be one thing if the stick worked as intended, serving as a deterrent for future crimes, but the US actually has one of the worst recidivism rates in the world. Within 3 years of release, 2 out of 3 people who were formerly incarcerated are arrested again, and more than half of them are incarcerated. It's time to try something else. It's time to get behind the carrot and the rehabilitative recidivism-reducing programs it represents. In 2018, the U.S. government enacted the First Step Act, designed to reform harsh sentencing guidelines and refocus federal prisons around rehabilitation. The act would allow people who are incarcerated to earn 10 to 15 days of time credits to every 30 days spent in programs such as behavioral therapy and vocational training, which studies have shown can reduce the likelihood of recidivism by 14.8%. These time credits can be used towards early placement in pre-release custody. This is the carrot, the incentive for people who are incarcerated to improve their lives before returning to society. States across the country have implemented similar programs designed to shorten harsh sentences and prepare people for life on the outside. These programs are by no means perfect, and they require oversight and funding in order to be truly effective. But regardless of their implementation problems, on a moral, practical, and philosophical level, carrot beats stick every time.